This is part 3. Go back and listen to part 2 if you haven't. At this point in the story, police have removed the sitters from my home.
Howdy, yeah, I know why you're here. We are getting our stuff out of here, man. We're not trying.
With that, my new priority becomes Ellie. What will happen with her? I am 9 hours away, and nobody can watch her. That was the entire point of hiring a sitter in the first place, so I cut my seminar short. I have to ensure that she is safe with me again. Animal control says that they can take her into the shelter for the night, so I get to sit in Indiana and watch as my first ever competition dog, the one who has moved with me across 3 states, seen me in and out of relationships, gotten me certified in training multiple times over, is taken from my home to be put into a shelter after 16 years of being out of one. The amount of guilt I felt about this, I don't think has really hit me yet. While I do believe that AJ was trying to hurt me, he was retaliating against me for telling him do not go into my studio, he also ended up attempting to hurt Ellie. That is not someone that anyone should entrust with their animals. More on that in a second. I spent another hour on the phone with Rover's Trust and Safety line. Beyond the initial intake specialist, I did not have a good experience with Rover. The investigator who was assigned to my case sent me a form email that was essentially copy-pasted, not proofed, and wasn't written specific to my case. It actually tells me to contact the sitter directly for a refund. The audacity. That was wholeheartedly out of the question. AJ had and continues to state that I am the one to blame for how much he wasn't paid. As if he didn't set his own rate and didn't have an entire house with a bed, a shower, a kitchen, a giant TV. So I can, with near 100% certainty, tell you that he would never have refunded me if I had asked. I needed Rover to step up and do that. And this form email said exactly the opposite. After nearly 3 weeks of waiting, I do feel like this should have been immediate, based on the constant barrage of messages that the investigator had immediate access to. I did, in fact, receive a refund. But perhaps more importantly, Rover's policies declare that their sitters are independent contractors, and thusly, Rover cannot be held responsible for anything beyond financial impact caused directly by their sitters. This apparently excludes the 1.5 days of seminar that I paid for and missed out on account of AJ. Also, the sales I was making at that seminar because all of my collars were displayed there. Also, the security upgrades to my home and the shelter fees I was charged when I picked Ellie up. I can't think of anything more disingenuous. I feel like a company that is wholly based on representing themselves as a viable option for finding trustworthy people who can sit your animals while you're away should take some responsibility when those people end up being entirely violative and distrustworthy. Honestly, though, the one thing that I absolutely wanted and declared very strongly in the written statement that my investigator asked for was a guarantee that AJ was removed from their platform. No person should be subjected to this type of ordeal at AJ's will ever again. More than money, that is what I wanted. A refund was the consolation prize. Animals are not safe with AJ. And Rover, stating privacy, suggested that that was not information they could share with me. I was able to leave AJ a review, 1 star. I can see his profile within my Rover inbox, which suggests that he is still a Rover sitter. I could be wrong, but that is suggestive. The fact that I have no guarantee is all on Rover. When I got home, past midnight, I found my house in shambles. It smelled like unbelievable body odor. There were dishes piled in the sink, uneaten food and open cookware in my fridge and freezer, grease rings on my stove, a washcloth stuck to the bottom of my bathtub, a plethora of my studio supplies that I had absolutely not given permission to use, freely available, not at all where they belong, absolutely in the process of being used, mothball-smelling clothing on my floors and in my closet, and my crate door and pet fountain, entirely disassembled. So now I was tasked with cleaning up after them, even though they should have just been cleaning as they went. You do not treat a person's house like this when you are their guest. You don't. It's crazy to me that they left it this way, at all. I picked up Ellie from the shelter the next morning. I was there when the doors were unlocked. I spoke with the animal control officer directly, and she informed me that they had moving boxes on my porch, suggesting that maybe they had no intention of leaving if I hadn't gotten police involved. This was the first time they were out of a hotel situation for almost 8 months, I guess. What? The plot twist of all plot twists, though, actually came earlier this week when I found out that AJ is attempting to start his own pet sitting company, unaffiliated with Rover. I am definitely not telling you to go leave a terrible review on his Facebook page that he is using my animals as promo pictures on without my consent. And while you're at it, definitely do not report it either. I am going to reiterate, because I feel it so strongly at this point, nobody should ever hire AJ to pet sit their animals. I feel like I should pursue small claims, though I have no address for him. I also feel like letting this go would be best for me, while also knowing that if I don't, perhaps the lesson will never be learned. These people do not deserve to have a business surrounding pet care if they go behind the owner's back to cite neglect, call animal control irrationally, and attempt to have a dog trainer's animals taken from her. Please share this far and wide. Do not hire just anyone. A meet and greet is not enough. Honestly, tag Rover. This is like so beyond incredible to me that this could possibly even happen. Of course, huge shout out to Officer Fredrickson at the ARL. Huge shout out to the Des Moines Police for helping me get these people out of my home. And honestly, for staying calm and laughing at my 16-year-old immortal dog doing zoomies around the shelter yard.